You know, there's something I hear from so many folks over 75, something that might sound familiar to you too. It's that feeling of frustration when, no matter what you do, your blood pressure or blood sugar just won't cooperate. Maybe you've tried medications, maybe you've cut back on sweets or salty snacks, but somehow those numbers still aren't where you'd like them to be. And let's be honest, it's exhausting worrying about it all the time. But here's the good news. You don't have to feel stuck. In fact, some of the most powerful tools for managing high blood pressure and diabetes aren't found in a pill bottle. They're simple, everyday habits that anyone can start, no matter their age. And the best part? These habits don't just help your numbers, they help you feel better too. More energy, more clarity, more joy in your day-to-day life. Now, I'm not saying it's always easy. Change takes time, especially when we've spent years, maybe even decades, following certain routines. But the truth is, small shifts can make a big difference. And today, I want to share with you the first 2 habits that can help you take control of your health after 75. These aren't drastic overhauls or impossible tasks, just practical, doable steps that have helped countless others just like you. So, let's start with the first habit. Moving your body in a way that feels good. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Exercise? At my age? But hear me out. This isn't about running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's about finding gentle, enjoyable ways to keep your blood flowing and your muscles engaged. For example, take walking. Just 20 to 30 minutes a day, broken up into smaller chunks if needed, can work wonders for both blood pressure and blood sugar. And if walking isn't your thing, that's okay. Maybe it's seated exercises, swimming, or even dancing to your favorite old tunes in the living room. The key is consistency, not intensity. When you move regularly, your body becomes more efficient at using insulin, and your blood vessels stay more flexible, which helps keep your pressure in check. And here's a little secret. It's not just about the physical benefits. Moving your body also lifts your mood, clears your mind, and gives you a sense of accomplishment. So, start small. If you're not used to being active, try just 5 minutes today. Tomorrow, maybe 6. Celebrate those little victories. They add up. Now, let's talk about the second habit, eating with intention. Notice I didn't say dieting. Diets often feel restrictive, like we're depriving ourselves, and that's not sustainable or enjoyable. Instead, think about nourishing your body in a way that also satisfies your taste buds. One of the simplest changes you can make: fill half your plate with colorful vegetables. They're packed with fiber, which slows down sugar absorption, and they're naturally low in sodium, which helps with blood pressure. And don't worry, this doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. It's about balance. If you enjoy a slice of pie, pair it with a healthy meal so your blood sugar doesn't spike. Love salty snacks? Try switching to herbs and spices for flavor instead. Small tweaks, big results. Another tip: eat at regular times. Skipping meals can actually make blood sugar harder to control, so aim for consistent, balanced meals with a mix of protein, healthy fats, and fiber. And here's a bonus: eating mindfully, savoring each bite, can help you feel more satisfied with less, which is great for both diabetes and blood pressure. Now, I know we've only covered 2 habits so far, but these are foundational. Movement and mindful eating set the stage for everything else. And the beautiful thing is, you don't have to do it perfectly. Progress, not perfection, is what matters. So take a moment to think, which of these habits could you start with? Maybe today you'll take a short walk after breakfast, or maybe you'll add an extra vegetable to your lunch. Every step counts. And in the next part, we'll dive into 2 more habits that can help you feel even better, because you deserve to live your healthiest, happiest life, no matter your age. You've already taken the first steps, finding ways to move your body that feel good and eating with intention. Those are huge. And if you've started incorporating even small changes, you might already be noticing little differences. Maybe a bit more energy, or that satisfying feeling of doing something good for yourself. That's how real, lasting change begins. Now let's build on that foundation with 2 more habits that can make a world of difference in managing high blood pressure and diabetes after 75. These aren't complicated, but they're incredibly powerful because they go beyond just the physical and touch on how we live our daily lives. First up, managing stress in a way that works for you. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Stress? At my age? Shouldn't life be easier by now? And you're right in a way. Retirement, grown children, maybe even grandkids, there's a lot to enjoy. But let's be honest, life still has its challenges. Health worries, financial concerns, or even just the pace of the modern world can leave us feeling tense without even realizing it. And here's the thing, stress isn't just a feeling. It directly impacts your blood pressure and blood sugar. When we're stressed, our bodies release hormones like cortisol, which can raise blood sugar and tighten blood vessels, pushing blood pressure up. So, learning to unwind isn't just about feeling calm, it's a health necessity. But here's the good news. You don't need to meditate for hours or take up yoga if that's not your style. It's about finding what truly helps you relax. For some, it's deep breathing, just a few slow inhales and exhales when you're sitting in your favorite chair. For others, it's losing yourself in a hobby, gardening, knitting, painting, or even listening to music from your younger years. Laughter is another fantastic stress buster, whether it's a funny movie, a call with an old friend who always knows how to make you chuckle, or even watching silly videos online. The key is to make relaxation a daily habit, not just something you do when you're already feeling overwhelmed. And here's a tip. Try linking stress relief to something you already do. For example, take 5 slow breaths before your morning coffee, or spend 10 minutes in the evening recalling things you're grateful for. These small moments add up, and over time, they can help keep those stress hormones and your blood pressure and blood sugar in check. Now let's move to the 4th habit, prioritizing sleep like your health depends on it, because it does. If you've ever woken up after a restless night feeling groggy and noticed your blood pressure or blood sugar readings were higher than usual, you're not imagining things. Poor sleep messes with your body's ability to regulate both. As we age, sleep can become more elusive. Maybe you wake up often during the night or find it harder to fall asleep in the first place. But here's the thing. While some changes in sleep patterns are normal, consistently poor sleep isn't something to just accept. Small adjustments can make a big difference. Start with your bedtime routine. Our bodies love consistency, so try going to bed and waking up around the same time each day, even on weekends. Make your bedroom a sleep sanctuary, cool, dark, and quiet. If noise bothers you, consider a white noise machine or a fan for gentle background sound. And here's a big one. Limit screen time before bed. The blue light from TVs, phones, and tablets tricks your brain into thinking it's daytime, making it harder to wind down. Instead, try reading a book, the old-fashioned paper kind, or listening to soft music in the evening. If you still struggle, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor. Sometimes underlying issues like sleep apnea can interfere with rest without you even realizing it, and addressing those can be a game changer for your overall health. Now think about these 2 habits, managing stress and prioritizing sleep, and how they fit with the first 2 we discussed. Together, they create a powerful toolkit for taking control of your health. And the best part? None of this requires drastic changes. It's about small, steady shifts that add up over time. You might be wondering, what's next? Well, in the final part, we'll tie everything together with some simple ways to stay motivated and make these habits stick, because that's where the real magic happens. But for now, take a moment to reflect. Which of these new habits feels most doable for you? Maybe tonight, you'll try turning off the TV a little earlier, or tomorrow, you'll take a few deep breaths with your morning tea. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. And every step you take is a step toward feeling better one day at a time. By now, you've got 4 powerful habits in your toolbox: moving your body, eating with intention, managing stress, and prioritizing sleep. That's a lot to be proud of. But if you're like most of us, you might be thinking, okay, this all makes sense, but how do I actually stick with it? That's what we're going to tackle now, because knowing what to do is one thing, but making it part of your life is where the real transformation happens. Let's start with a truth we don't talk about enough. Willpower is overrated. Relying on sheer determination to make changes rarely works in the long run. Instead, the secret is to make these habits so easy and rewarding that they become second nature. Here's how. First, start small, smaller than you think. Want to walk more? Don't commit to 30 minutes right away. Start with 5, not eating enough veggies. Add just 1 serving a day, not a complete diet overhaul. Tiny wins build confidence, and confidence keeps you going. Remember, this isn't a race. It's about creating a lifestyle that feels good, not punishing. Next, anchor new habits to old ones. Our brains love patterns, so tie your new habit to something you already do without thinking. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, I'll take 3 deep breaths to start my day calmly. Before I sit down for dinner, I'll chop up some extra vegetables to add to my plate. By linking new actions to existing routines, they're far more likely to stick. Another key, track your progress in a way that motivates you. This could be as simple as marking an X on a calendar for each day you follow through, or jotting down how you feel in a notebook. Seeing those small successes add up is incredibly powerful. It reminds you that you're making progress, even on days when it doesn't feel like it. And here's something crucial. Be kind to yourself when you slip up, miss a walk, eat something that wasn't the best choice. That's okay. No one does this perfectly. What matters is getting back on track without guilt. Think of it like this. If you dropped your glasses, you wouldn't stomp on them to teach yourself a lesson. You'd just pick them up and keep going. Treat your habits the same way. Now let's talk about celebrating your wins. So often we focus on how far we still have to go instead of how far we've come. But every step forward is worth acknowledging. Did you choose a healthy snack? Today, that's a win. Did you take a moment to breathe when you felt stressed? Another win. These might seem small, but they're the building blocks of lasting change. Finally, remember why you're doing this. Maybe it's to play with your grandkids without feeling winded, to travel without worrying about your health, or simply to wake up feeling energized instead of achy. Whatever your reason, keep it at the forefront of your mind. On days when motivation is low, that why will pull you forward. As we wrap up, let's revisit those 4 habits one last time, not as rules, but as gifts you give yourself. Catch. Move your body in ways that bring you joy, because staying active keeps you independent and energized. Eat with intention, not restriction, to nourish yourself and savor every bite. Manage stress daily, because peace of mind is just as important as physical health. 4. Protect your sleep. It's when your body heals and recharges. None of this is about adding years to your life. It's about adding life to your years. It's about feeling strong, clear-headed, and vibrant as you enjoy the people and activities you love. So, what's next for you? Maybe it's trying one small thing from this video today, or sharing what resonated with you in the comments below. I'd love to hear how your journey is going, because you're not alone in this. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips to thrive after 75. Here's to your health, happiness, and the little steps that lead to big changes. Remember, you've got this, and every day is a new opportunity to feel your best. Now go enjoy it.